Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right. Today's topic is, why do some black men date outside their race, even when it backfires financially? Now, we have a letter. So let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, new subscribers, and welcome to those of you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. Okay, here we go. I'm a young black woman in my 30s, and there's something heavy on my heart that I've been trying to make sense of. Over the years, I observed a painful pattern, one that's difficult to talk about, but hard to ignore. It seems that when many black men reach a certain level of success, financially or socially, they often choose to date or marry women from other races. And while love is complex and personal, it's hard not to notice that the growing number of black women who are left behind, still hoping, still holding it down, and often raising children on their own. So true. What hurts even more is seeing how these cross-racial relationships, even when they end, often leave the other woman financially secure. Well, you know why? Because that's why these women married these men anyway. They would not marry a broke black man. They shoot for black men who are successful because they know if it breaks up, especially have a few kids, they're set for life. All right, that's what it's about. The other woman is left financially secure, supported, paid, sometimes even elevated. Meanwhile, too many black women are left to pick up the pieces with little to no help emotionally or financially. Well, you know this all came out of slavery, right? Black men don't respect black women. They don't even like black women, and it all came from the slave mentality. Black men are still struggling with it. It makes me wonder, why does it seem like some successful black men have turned their backs on black women? The very woman who stood beside them, raised them, believed in them, even when the world didn't. This isn't about bitterness or blame. It's about the ache of feeling unseen, unsupported, and ultimately unloved by the very men we've rooted for. I ask these questions not to attack, but to understand, to open dialogue, and to heal. A black woman who still believes in love. All right. You know, that was very heartfelt. And I feel you on that because more and more successful black men are choosing, let's say it for what it is, white women. Even the women that they choose from other races look white. And to them, this is a way to validate that they've made it. Because in their mind, whiteness is top shelf. And if they can get a nice looking top shelf, it makes them feel like, look at me. I have arrived. So yeah, that's why they do it. Black women don't have that kind of value. Not in this system. Black women are still trying to scratch their way up out of the murk. But black women, be strong because you can get there, but you got to love yourself. Stop loving everybody else and love yourself. Okay? So let's see here. Why these black men would choose women from other races. Okay? Number one, I can tell you that women from other races have not gone through the suffering of the black race, period. And especially the women, because women in all the races have been below the men. So if the black culture is at the bottom, Where does that leave the black woman? Below the bottom. And that's why black women are still struggling, because they are hoping to get black men on board. You see, instead of black men going to these motivational places to bring back the family unit, black men are concerned about themselves, making themselves valid in the world. And they believe by having a white woman or a woman that looks damn near white will help them with that validation. And you know what? That's an illusion anyway. You don't think that when you go to these occasions with your white wife that white people don't see that? They don't accept you anymore just because you got a woman from a different race. But black men are just stuck in that pattern, and that's what they believe. And many of them just get burned financially. And what they do, they just say, oh, well, it was me. I wasn't what I should have been. Come on, black man. I should have been a better person. She had every right to leave. That I've heard many black men say that after they lose fortunes to these women. And that's why the women are with you in the first place, for your fortune, black man. All right, now we're talking about successful black men. We ain't talking about the poor black man, because usually a poor black man if he chooses a woman from another race, she's poor too. They ain't going nowhere. Okay? All right, let's see why black men do this. They say that she lets me be myself. What the heck does that mean? With a black woman, you can't be yourself? Do you know who yourself is? Okay. So what it means to him is that she won't challenge him. Well, if she's after your money, she's not going to challenge you. She's going to be very agreeable and submissive and do whatever you say, especially until she pop out a few babies. And then you may get to see the real deal. Now, I'm not going to say that every situation is like this, but too many, then a few are. Okay? Now, they feel like if they date a non-black woman, it gives an appearance of success. Now, what does that mean? All right. Remember, in this society, in this world, not even just society, in the world, whiteness is superior. The white woman is superior to all women in the world. Is the white woman, or women who look damn near white. Okay, that's why a lot of women are out here doing everything to look as white, as bright as possible. And even black women are out here bleaching their skin to look whiter. Because that's a slave mentality. You're still being manipulated. All right? Black women, don't fall into that trap. Whatever color you were born with, that's your color. And be happy with it. Don't go out here trying to lighten your skin to fit in. Because, let me tell you something. If a person is not going to accept you, let's say if the white culture is not going to accept you the way that you are, they're not going to accept you just because you brighten your skin. You still black. And they see black when they look at you. Okay? Okay. Now let's see another reason. They made it out of the hood. And look who I have now. You know, that's a shame. You made it out of the hood. So look who you have now. You got a prize. The white woman is a prize. Now, you know what? You really can't just fault the black man for all of this, because propaganda has been continuously poured into society about the white woman being the ultimate prize. The white woman. All right? All over the world. The white woman. That's why even men from other races who have millions and billions, they'll go and choose a white woman. You gotta look at that. It's a mindset from the society that we live. White is the standard of superiority and beauty. That's the system that we're in right now. Not saying that it's always going to be the system, because as people, our eyes are opening to a lot of things and we're moving away from it. But as far as the black man is concerned, he's still got a slave mentality. He hasn't grown up yet. You see? And even when I see on these interviews where they lose billions of dollars, millions and billions of dollars to these women who don't have anything special. They're just young white women. They don't have any education to contribute to uh, your elevation or anything like that. They just white. Now, I did hear a guy the other day say, because he was warned about messing with these young white women, and of course he didn't take the warning. And I heard him say, it's the forbidden fruit. Now he said this before he got burned. Oh yeah, it's the forbidden fruit, and he laughed it up, and next thing you know, bam! Now he's got to pay millions and millions of dollars to this woman because he got set up because of his slave mentality. The slave mentality. Because we're still in a society where white is right. So if white says you've done something, hey, you're going to have a hell of a time proving that you didn't. Okay. All right. Let's see some other reasons why these dum-dums do this. Now, they'll say all women are the same. Well, no. How can you say that? Because they want to ignore responsibility for their own race. Okay? Now here is the thing. Let's look at this scenario. A successful black man, he marries a white woman. Okay. But look how many black women are in the neighborhood where he left, the hood. They don't have anybody. But they got kids where the man came, impregnated them, and took off. Now, a scenario, this is my world. Why doesn't he give money directly to those people, not through any, charitable organizations? I stop with those charitable organizations because very little money trickles down to the people. Your donation is eaten up in administrative costs. So if you give like $10,000 to some charitable foundation to help people, those people may see $20 of it. You ain't helping nobody that way. If you really want to help the people, then you do something and take it to the people. I like these black men, and I have seen some wealthy black men who are married to white women, and they will bring back to the neighborhood. That's what I'm talking about. Don't forget where you came from. Help to build your community back up. So, these men, they'll bring food back to the community. All right? That's what I'm talking about. If successful black men decide that they prefer a white woman, all right. No harm, no fire. But don't forget your community. Don't forget your community, because if you pour back into your community, that helps the black woman. That helps her to survive, to get on her feet, and make a better life for herself. Okay? Which says that it will help the entire community. All right. Now, here's another reason. When the SHIT hits the fan, black men are the first ones to say, well, I just chose the wrong one. I just chose the wrong one, which means that you go out and choose the same type again. You didn't learn the lesson from it. And I'm not saying that all white women who date or marry black men are after the money. Okay? But the thing about it is, white women are groomed to marry up from a young age, and black women are not. Black women just groomed to find a husband, any husband. But white women are groomed to marry up. So, in today's society, who's got the up money? Athletes, musicians, corporate, black men. And we're going to target the black men because where the white woman is concerned, black men don't seem to have any defense. When a white woman pays them some attention, all of a sudden they jelly. She choosing me? Me? From the hood? Me? You understand? Where when she chooses you, all she sees is dollar signs. She see dollar signs. But you think she see you. And that's why your marriage don't last, because she never saw you. She just saw your black face and your vulnerability. Okay? All right. So, black women, I hope you understand the message today. I tried to give you reasons why black men are shunning you. But don't despair, black women, because my message to you is to stand strong. Create the life that you want outside of whatever he does. Because, I believe that one day he will come to his senses and come back to the community. Okay? And that's no shame on men who want to date interracially, but see, black men have a tendency to forget their race when they marry outside of their race. They don't even want to be associated with people from their own race anymore, because somehow they think if they marry somebody from another race, all of a sudden they're that race. It's all mental. I hope you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters. And a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best. And I really hope to see you next time.